Welcome back everyone, my name is Echo and I hope you're having a great day. Today's Minecraft video, we have a brand new beta for Minecraft Pocket Edition, the Bedrock version. Today's version is 1.16.230.54, now available for Android, Windows 10 and Xbox. Now this week does feature a lot of changes, but it also features a lot of parity changes that Java was given in last week's snapshot. So it's good to see that the Bedrock version is keeping up to date. As you guys know, there are hundreds of features that Minecraft Java has that the Bedrock version doesn't have yet. Cough cough, offhand torches, or the things like banner shields or banner waypoints. I could go on and on, but credit where it's due, this week is a very important beta. So we have this official tweet coming from Megaspud. It's time to fix some Minecraft beta bugs. Check out the changelog for 1.16.230.54 beta here. There is a link down below in case you guys want to check it out. Now, keep an eye on the water because there has been some changes to water for Bedrock this week. If you want to check this out for yourself, make sure you guys do have the experimental toggles enabled. Also, this is a pretty good seed. It has a village at spawn in case anybody's looking for a new seed. So yeah, I just enable all of them. It's just so much easier. Anyway, let's go to game and let's check them out. I know I mention this in every single video, but it does take a long time to set up these videos so you guys understand every single detail. So if you could do me an absolute solid and leave a like on today's video, I do really appreciate it. So let's get into this. Starting off with caves and cliffs experimental features. Leads now correctly attached to the axolotl mob. So axolotls were officially introduced in I think last week's snapshot. They now attach to leads correctly. Although whenever the player attaches it, I don't know why it goes through my head. Like it's like above me. That still seems to be a visual issue. There are no longer any unknown items in the creative inventory. So I had to go to the bug report for this one. It said unidentified item with no name appears in the creative inventory. And on the pictures, we have this really weird one, which looks like a stretched heart of the sea. And we also have this one, which I have no idea what that's meant to be. Cobbled deep slate is now next to cobblestone in the creative inventory. Polished deep slate is next to deep slate. So if we just type in cobble, you can start to see that these are together. These are together. Cobble is actually next to mossy cobblestone rather than the cobbled deep slate. And then it was something to do with, what was it? Polished variations? Not quite sure. Something really simple though, and just a little bit of movement. Deep slate bricks now have the correct break time. Water and lava now drip more often from pointed dripstone. Now, I've tested these and like they do fill up incredibly fast. The lava one filled up a lot faster. But one thing I noticed though is if we break this and we break this and we break this and we break this, is that they fill up very, very fast. You can see how fast the water travels down this. I think it's a little bit too fast. I don't think this is how Java is. The lava one also catches up pretty fast, but I'm telling you now, they do fill up very, very fast. I'm not 100% sure what they changed here, but it says fixed pointed dripstone texture mapping. Also, one thing that really bothers me is that it's just slightly off the block. My OCD really does get triggered, but that's the change this week. It says glow lichen can now appear on the walls of underground water lakes. I did a little bit of exploring. I couldn't find any underwater lakes, because the Bedrock version doesn't quite have the introduction of all the cave side of the caves and cliffs update, but you're going to start seeing this more often. You'll mind your own business. You're going to start seeing this stuff more often. Staying on the same subject, the game no longer crashes when placing glow lichen on all sides of a single block. I'm on Windows 10 version here. We tried it last week and it also didn't happen. But yeah, just for clarification, it no longer crashes it. Last week, we did have the outline of things that could break your version. This week, that's been fixed. Leads can now attach correctly to glow squids and the squid. So yeah, if you ever want to take your squid on a vacation, Yeah, you could do that, or a walk. You could do that, and it's the exact same for the OG squid, who unfortunately has to see the introduction of the glow squid as well. And this leash on my head between my eyes is so annoying. But glow squids can now be leashed, as well as squids. Lush caves. Hanging roots now drop correctly when mined by Silk Touch enchanted tool. Doesn't matter what tool it is. We're going to use a pick, for example, today. / game mode S. And we break this, and we break this, and we break this. It now drops correctly. That wasn't happening last week. Moss can now also spread vertically when fertilized. So I set this up as an example. After reading the official changelog, the guy was like, if you have stone all the way below and you have moss 1 block above it and you bone mealed it, it wouldn't change these blocks. Now, as you guys can see, it changes them. So if we were to do it over here and we were to bone meal this, as you guys can see, it spreads down as well. Just a very, very basic change, but it was an issue last week. Drip leaves now break completely when the leaf is broken. So again, another thing I had to go to the official bug report. So when people were breaking this, in some cases, the bottom stem would not break. Now they all break. And I think there's another one here as well. There is breaking a drip leaf stem now drops a drip leaf item matching the Java edition. We're about to get into a bunch of parity, so let's check them out. Fertilizing a moss block can now also grow vegetation on existing moss blocks. So for example, if these were already here, vegetation can now grow on them. Moving on, this one is small drip leaves can now be composted just like the big ones. So these can now go inside of here. Wasn't possible last week. Bone mealing moss blocks no longer generates ferns. Here's a really cool one. Azalea and flowering azalea can now be grown into azalea trees when fertilized. I'm not even sure if Java has this. If they do, I had no idea. Really cool though. So these azalea and flowering azalea, you bone meal them, you get the actual azalea trees. Again, love the whole style of a new tree. Not super impressed with them using oak, and whenever you do it, underneath will be a rooted dirt. It's only 1 block though, so if you dig around it, it's not going to take you all the way down. Getting into the powder snow parity. Like I said, these changes were introduced to Java not this week, but last week. Leather horse armor prevents horses from freezing in powdered snow. So let me show you guys as an example. This little horsey here, all for science, will take damage and will freeze the exact same way a player will freeze as well. Now, as you guys know, there you go, starting to shake right there. Not happy, so we're not gonna kill this horse. Back on there. But if your horse has leather horse armor, that can prevent freezing. Leather is gonna be the item to stop the player or anything else from freezing. It's gonna be the same for horses. As you can see, I'm freezing. You can see my little leg shaking there. But as for the horse, perfectly fine. Mobs that enjoy the heat, blazes, magma cubes, and striders take increased freeze damage, which is a pretty good change as well, and so they should. So blaze will die a lot faster, so will a magma cube, and so will a strider. So yeah, like, I would have to enclose them in a space to see the full effects, but they just don't like it. Meanwhile, on the opposite scale, polar bears, strays, and snow golems no longer take freeze damage. Since they're already frozen mobs, it's, again, the right choice. So polar bears, not gonna freeze to death. Strays, not gonna freeze to death. And the carved pumpkins and these things, they are no longer gonna freeze to death. They will be killed by strays, though. The time taken to fully freeze is now 7 seconds instead of 15. Frozen entities now take damage every 2 seconds instead of every 3 seconds. The speed at which entities can move vertically when inside powdered snow has been increased. Powdered snow takes slightly longer to mine. Entities wearing leather boots falling from a height of less than 2.5 blocks sink into powdered snow instead of landing on top of it. So you're going to have to fall a certain distance in order to prevent yourself from sinking into it. Entities that are on fire, that walk into powdered snow now melt the powdered snow block in addition to extinguishing the fire. So best way to show you guys is to get a skeleton. It's daytime, right in the middle, gonna be on fire, should be on fire, currently isn't on fire. Well, we can just take the roof off this a second and just see if anything changes there. How are you? There you go. Right, let's do this. So there you go. It extinguishes it. That's a perfect example. No idea how he managed to not take damage there. But mobs on fire will extinguish the powdered snow. And also, look, he's not stupid. Will also stop them from being on fire. Entities that are fully frozen now shake. Applied fog effect while standing very close outside a powdered snow block. Moving on. Striders shake properly when out of lava again. Poor little guy. He really loves lava, doesn't he? The next one. Other experimental tweaks and changes. Dripstone feature and dripstone cluster. Feature now rarely generates in caves below Y59. Rooted dirt, small drip leaf, moss block, and pointed dripstone can now be obtained from the wandering losers. Yeah, you guys. So the first guy here now has rooted dirt for sale. The next dude has drip leaf for sale. The next dude has the pointed dripstone for sale. And last but not least, the last guy has moss blocks for sale. I think 2 of these are not available on Java. But the wandering losers, to me, they're still losers. Glowberries can be found in abandoned mine shafts. Moss blocks can be found in shipwreck chests. Masons now trade dripstone blocks. That's a parity. Dripstone block can be crafted from pointed dripstone. Axolotl and glow squids now spawn in water in non-ocean biomes under Y=30. That's a lie. You'll find out at the end of today's video why. General bug fixes and tweaks fixed a bug where if the view bobbing setting was disabled, the player's hand would still bob. So view bobbing, see the way my hand is moving? People who had it off, it was still doing this. I did see that mentioned in the comment section last week, so go and check. It should be fixed. Zombie villagers properly shake while being cured. Fixed player spawning in unsafe locations when entering a random world for the first time. I'm guessing like lava or scary places where they shouldn't be. Structure blocks. The structure placement block now has placement animation options similar to structure command. Commands. Fixed output message for /stop sound being incorrect. Graphical changes. Charged creeper aura is rendered correctly in most cases now. Fixed paintings no longer rendering. Ray tracing specific textures will be allocated/deallocated when toggling ray tracing on and off. Items. Switching between some items, bow, trident, crossbow, shield, in your main hand will no longer skip the animation. Underwater gameplay experience. Underwater visibility has been improved. This is a big change. So underwater is now the same as Java. Some people like it, some people don't. I think there's a couple of details behind this one. It says underwater color has been tuned to better match Java Edition with a richer blue tint. And you'll see it here. You'll see a massive difference. It's now a lot more visible and a lot easier to see. And if you have an ocean, go and try it in an ocean. You'll notice a significant difference. And in case you guys don't notice the difference, let me show you a picture. So shout out to Raphael SC. He said same coordinates before/now. So this is how water looked on the Bedrock version in 1.16.230.54. Last week's beta. Like he said, same seed, same location, different beta. This is what it looks like now. Now some people might like the new Java style, and some people might like this. I kind of liked the ambitious, the ambient effect in the last Bedrock version, but it looks like it's now going to be like this. Let me know in the comment section which one you like better. User interface. A message will now display when trying to place blocks below minimum build height. Technical changes. Let's go to the official changelog. So there has been a bunch of technical changes. If you're interested in them, there is a link down below. And last but not least, in today's video, known issues in this beta. Parts of villages generate underground. Axolotl doesn't spawn naturally. Glow squid does not spawn naturally. So on a sign down there, they were like, yeah, they spawn in specific locations. They don't. They don't. That will be fixed eventually, but those are the changes. A lot of parity and a lot of much needed features. I hope this video does help keep you all updated. I've just realized we found a bug. We're still shaking when we're inside the powdered snow. So yeah, found our bug while reading you guys' bugs. How ironic. So drop a like if you made it to the end of the video. You're the MVP. I appreciate all of you. Have a great day. Stay beautiful. And I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.